Okay, so welcome back to Gavin Christian's channel. Tonight we have a freestyle review, couple of 3 watches for you, and they've been a long time coming, gone down market, but I hope you'll enjoy what I have for you. For the beach, they definitely are. Gav knows what's up. Gavin Christian has become sick and tired of YouTube watch reviewers making videos with their monochromatic, homo as fuck voices, uninteresting descriptions of twerps. So we've got some twerps for you. Stay with me while I review these priests. And here we go. Look at them. We have 3 unbelievable entry-level divers, and the fucking point of this review is that it is Casio Duro for the beach, the Marlin in the face MDV106 black, and MDV106 BAV2CF. Nomenclature and taxonomy is important for these twerps, and so allow me to attempt to review them. The first of them will be this MDV106, the black dial variant. And what's all the fuss about? Can they be that good? They seem to be the favourite affordable diver of the internet, and the internet tells us everything we need to know nowadays. So what does Gavin think? Well, I don't know, but let's dissect this piece and see what it's all about. I paid 54 British zlotys for this one, and Mr. June, take him off the cushion, paid, I believe, something like £67.33 for the blue one. So we've got $65 here, and we've got about $81 here in American reals. So, you know, I'm sure these can be found for less, but that's what we paid for them, and that's the current market price, both coming from Amazon, and I can tell you now they both came from the same seller somewhere in San Bernardino, California. So that's what we say. And these 2 bracelets are knockoffs, even though they look quite complete with their Marlin fish and Casio etchings. These are both purchased from AliExpress, Alibaba, and the 40 Thieves for about £25, and the quality is quite retarded, but no folding has been detected by Uncle Gaff. So, what can we say about these? Well, let's get the specs out of the way. And the specs are, these are 44mm dive watches, and they are dive watches, with a 12.1mm thickness or so, and 22mm spacing between the lugs. We have a 49mm lug to lug and a 200 meters of water resistance, and it's guaranteed by Casio. We have an 120 click unidirectional count-up style bezel and a screw down case back, screw down on a Daily Bro in the face. And we also have a screw down crown. Listen to this crown. It's screwed down. And listen. It screws down for a £50 twerp extremely well. Unsigned on a daily, but that's what's up. Unfortunately, these 2 are not how they come. This one is how you will receive your twerp, and it comes on this synthetic resin strap, which isn't the best, but it is quite comfortable and it's quite velvety, and a lot of people, they make it out to be a lot worse than it is. It is like a piece of plastic, but it is not a dust magnet. Tang and buckle not saluted in any way by Geffen, but it's shit, and it's the first thing you'll change, but it's 50 quid, for fuck's sake. And let me just quickly show you the presentation box. This is how this watch will be received by you. Look at that. It comes in a great cardboard box with this lovely removable flap, and this is what you'll find inside. Look at it. It's a plastic piece of shitter, and there's some instruction manualation there for all of those of you who don't know how to operate a TWAP. But look, all kinds of gains are featured. So let's get back to these small idiots. And the first one is this MDV106 Black. Now, let me start by saying that I purchased this watch for Mr. June for his 40th birthday present, and I found it on Amazon for, I think it was £54. And when it was delivered, I noticed that the seconds hands, if you can see there, are not hitting the markers, and I was very upset about that. So I opened a chat with Amazon and complained, and you know what happened? Rather than sending it back, they offered me a full refund and allowed me to keep the twerp. So this watch was free. The fuck do you think about it? There we go, bros. But look at the quality difference here. The MDV 106B 2AV CF is hitting its marks almost perfectly. So this is the kind of thing you're going to have to deal with. I mean, if you've ever bought a Seiko, you'll know. But look, alignment is perfect on both, but the tick-tock on the markers is not. Free watch, not free watch. Weigh it up. It's a no-brainer, bros. We need to have them both. So, where is the next point? I mean, it's a mineral crystal with no AR coating, as you can probably detect. It is not anti-reflective on a daily, but we do have the Casio 2784 quartz module inside, which runs around, in my experience, +2 to +3 a month. 3 years battery life, and of course the well-known Marlin fish on the dial. Now this big game undersea behemoth that adorns the dial and case back, he adorns the case back. There he is the Marlin fish, the sport fisherman's grail. I think these strange poachers enjoy hunting these majestic animals for sport. Not sure why, but they're one of the fastest fish in the sea. And Casio has used the Marlin logo since 2004 to indicate watches in their range tested to 200 meters of water resistance, or at least they did until the license expired recently, and they did not renew it. So the new version of this watch, the MDV107, does not feature this Marlin fish, which is the whole point of the watch in my opinion. So if you want to get one, do it soon before all of these older versions are gone. They're not going to be around forever. Plenty more of the new ones around, but That's why this fish idiot is featured on the dial of this hoodie for the beach. And it is in the face. I like the blue one more, but this black one is also quite freaky. We have the black MDV107 here on this fake but well done Casio oyster style bracelet. It's all solid links with a hollow end link. What do you think about this? AliExpress, if you're interested, guys. Stamped out piece of shit. Get rid of it immediately, and no kind of adjustment. But 3 points of micro are available. And the same thing goes for this jingly jangly Jubilee the Jubiloo. Push pins are featured. 3 micros. Double deployant. Fold over. There we go. Look at that. It's high quality. Look at the gap. But there we are. Now, let's have a feeling of the bezel. The bezel action here. And it is not bad. I don't want to sound patronizing or condescending of this watch, because it is fucking brilliant for what you get. It's a 120 click uni. Look at him. There is a bit of backplay, but it's not much, and it actually is not bad. There. Look, there's a little bit of shift and roll. Let's roll it around again. See? And it's got a coin edge bezel, a bit soft. If we don't get too close to these guys, it looks great, and I'll say now, for a well-spec'd Beetle watch, it is an absolute no-brainer. There isn't anything better in the price point. There is nothing better that I've ever seen. You can buy a Timex that looks a bit like this for double the price. I mean, I know they look a bit like a Submariner or some kind of Yachtmaster homage, but look at them. They really aren't bad. 50 fucking quid, they're not bad. You guys will all know that with watches, the closer you get and the closer the viewing angle, the more the quality is revealed. But for the money, this is outstanding. Outstanding quality. So from this point on, I'm kind of freestyling it. I did write a few notes, but I'll go into the case and etc. So the case is very nice. Look, you have a bit of brushing here on the tops or on the shoulders of the lugs, and then actually you get a bevel on a watch of £50. There's beveling there. Look at that. And high polished flanks. The case back, not so much, bro. The step up looks a bit amateur, but you know, overall it's very nice. The dial, this sunburst effect, this black dial version has a lovely red tipped seconds hand, and you know, it has some sort of, there, you can't see it here, but there's a sunburst effect with a grey sort of anthracite effect, almost grey in light. You got a frame date window with a bevel around it. They're not applied indices, but they're pressed. The 107 has applied indices, and the loom is shit here, but it's all there. And you got a loom pip at 12. This one, the blue, I would call it like a Sonic the Hedgehog blue. This strip light doesn't really show it that well. Sonic the Hedgehog, or if you've ever known the ST200 Mondeo from Ford, for those who know, it's a similar paint code. And the handset here, you have an arrow hour hand, bordered at the head here, with high polish, and there's a bevel along both edges. And we have, on the blue one, no red tip to the seconds, but loom in the triangle at the end of the second hand. They're slightly undersized. I'd like to see them slightly bigger, but it's okay. And there we have a minute track in the rehaul. I mean, what do you fucking guys want? They look fucking great. On this OEM, we have this resin strap, and right now it's time to do some try-ons for you bros. I am completely blazed. But let's have a try-on as fuck for the beach. Look at this. 45mm. And before I do anything, let me just put it where it's supposed to be. Not a bad beater, guys. Not a bad beater. We'll measure the wrist just so you guys can get an idea of what the fuck is up. Let's have a quick slap of this beer. Stay freaky, bros. What do we have? So I'll put my wrist in the frame and I'll measure it from whence betwixt all of our twerps must be measured. And that is the point at which the wrist overshines the knuckle twerp. So, my wrist appears to be somewhat around 19 centimes, which if we turn this twerp around, I believe is about 7.5 inches, which is quite interesting, because I thought my wrist was smaller than that. But that's what it seems to be, and so you can get an idea of what this watch looks like on a 7.5 inch British wrist. It's a 44mm twerp, so I would say you could probably get away with this watch around 16 centimeters, but below that I think you might start to look a bit like a clown, and all your enemies may make fun of you. But look at him on the wrist there. Quite lovely. And if you'd like a comparison of the blue dial variant, I have a couple of other blue dial watches for which we can compare him to. And this will show the quality here. You can see the similarities here. It's a bit shiny, there's a bit of a sunray effect. And of course, Hui, the colour is not the same, but he is out-angling Mr. Hui. Beyond that, I have only to show you the loom shot, which will be very disappointing, and the final thoughts upon these twerps. So let me do that now. Unfortunately, I haven't charged them, but there is literally virtually look at it. Docks are not even once, bros. Fuck that shit, bro. Because none of my Seikos have been charged either. Look at the difference here. Even the turtle is glowing like a quasar in your face. In the face! That's the difference. But then again, for 50 quid, what do you... Look at it. I'm showing it to you. Get rid of them. So that's what's up, guys. We will return the camera to its original position and make some final comments upon these twerps. Let's have them all on the wrist for a little show. It's a no-brainer. That's what's up. Blue Hui. Next up will be the black variant. all my bros, Inspector, Keith, Johnson P. Seiko, everyone who comments, Mr. June, thank you for lending them in. Next watch coming to the channel will be the Umera Aurora. 500 pieces only. I've been promised it's coming. So, that's what's up. And I'll just give you a little show of a couple of other nice little twaps. Look at him. You won't get one of these for a pretty penny nowadays. Stay freaky, bros, and never give up.